coming off a very tough loss at Vanderbilt. I thought we did some good things on the defensive end, and I thought we guarded Vanderbilt very well. Coach Stallings is a great coach, and I thought we hurt ourselves. I think they got 24 points off of our turnovers. And I think the other thing we got to figure out is getting back to the free throw line. Our past 2 games, we've been to the free throw line only 6 times each. So got a challenging schedule ahead of us, like always in SEC play. But we're going to be in a situation where we have some familiarity with our opponents because this is the second time we played each opponent.
Our first question is from Larry Vaught of the Danville Advocate Messenger.
Yeah, good morning, Coach. I just wondered if you could maybe talk about maybe the ways your team you feel like has improved since you played at Kentucky before you were ready to play them again Saturday.
Well, I think one thing that we're trying to figure out as a team, and I think it's always an ongoing process, is who you are individually and who you are as a team, and how do you make, that work. And sometimes kids have a vision of who they are, and as a coach, you might have a different vision, and trying to get those two visions to mesh because you want each kid to have a belief in himself, but also a belief in what the team needs in order to win. So I think the one thing that's continuing, and it's always a growing process, is making sure those two things match up with each other so you can have some success on the court.
Thank you.
Next up is Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Bob.
Hey, I was just wondering what your impressions were of Vanderbilt after playing them, and just kind of what they're doing with a short roster.
Well, first and foremost, I think Coach Stallings is a great coach, and I don't think you should be surprised at the fact that they're still having success with only their limited, amount of bodies and scholarship players. He's found a way to mesh those guys and make sure they're still having success. But I think there's always a couple things that stands out. Is one, you have a guy like Rod Odom with his ability to shoot the basketball. When you got a guy that can make shots, you can find ways to put him in isolated situations in order for him to get shots off. And I think the other thing that goes, and people kind of bypass this, is just how good of a player Damian Jones is. I think he's going to be one of the better post players in the SEC for a long time. Just hard finding guys with that sort of athleticism and length that also have the ability to score with their back to the basket. So when you got a legitimate threat like that, and he's got veteran guys with Odom and Fuller, and they know how to play basketball. So I think they're doing a great job, and I think they're going to be a threat.